Hey guys, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge. We got a box in the mail today. I have an idea what it might be, but I'm not totally sure. Got this CT Smart knife. Generally, I say stay away from CT Smart, but I've bought a few of them. I'll put a link to this one in the description below so you can check it out. I will be doing a review of it soon, so when you see the review, you'll know if I recommend it or not. Right now, it seems pretty good. Very, very smooth action. So let's get to unpacking this thing. Boy, they tape this up a lot. Come on, cut towards your chum, not your thumb, Jake, or your face for that matter. Oops, I'm cutting into the box so that I keep that up. I think I've got the bag coming off now. Aha! Yes, it is what I thought it was. Hapstone. I talked to these guys a few weeks ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, emailed them. I wanted to get some sharpening stones that I could use on my TS Prof. And they offered to send me a sharpener by Hapstone. And this is the newest sharpener, I think. The, what's it called? The V7? Hapstone knife sharpener by Gridomatic. Gridomatic is who I was talking to. And they were suggesting that somebody who knew more about metallurgy, knew more about grit and stuff, could give a more beneficial review of the stones themselves, and that's why they offered to send me this. And I agree with them. I'm not a stone professional. I haven't got metallurgical training per se, but I've done a lot of sharpening, and I can tell when a sharpening system is good or not. And so I will be testing out this sharpening system. So here's a picture of what it looks like. Actually, I'll put a picture on the screen of higher resolution than. And let's take it out of the package and look at it. They even send a marker, which is a good thing to use when you're sharpening, because you can put some marker across the bevel, and then you can see if your sharpening stone is cutting across the whole thing. You can see that on my other sharpening videos. Here's the main unit. That is hefty steel. That might even be over 1/4 of an inch thick. That main plate. I'm not sure. We'll see. So it's got these skid-resistant rubber feet. And so that's the main unit. And this is the main part here. This is where you put the knife on this end. And then you adjust for it. That part can adjust. I'll show it in more detail when I've got it together and when I do the full review. And that's the base holder for the arm where the pivot point is for the sliding guided sharpener. Here's the main feet for the other end. So I screwed the feet on right there. So it sits like that, as if my hands are a tabletop. That's pretty good. And then we have this section. Oh, that's the main slider part. I'll get that later. We need this first. So we got this part. I'll show it on a tabletop later on. Get that over there and turn that way. That goes in here. So like this. Tighten it up. I just tighten this up right here. So this is tightened in place. It's coming together, guys. It's coming together. And now we can take this part. I suspect that this rod goes in through here. So there you go. And they've got this floating ball pivot point. I forget what the technical word for that thing is. But you can hang it up. There's a hanger for it like that. I don't want to hang it right now. Just put it like that. And then this end screws in here. There we go. And then I can tighten this down so it won't move. There we go. And then these sliders here, these two orange sliders, are what holds the stone in place, the sharpening stone. A nice little real wood handle. And you've got this end is sprung. So that to put the stone in there, you adjust the length with this, and then the spring will hold it in place. We've got these little caps. This is for your length of travel. And there's springs in there. That's a good thing, the way that's designed. I like having springs at the end of your travel, or at the beginning and end of your travel. So one of these goes on this end. Let's see if I loosen that up to get it on here. Come on, there we go. And then it goes through the hole. So you got that spring. That's for traveling up to the top. And then I need one on the other end for going all the way down. So the way those work is if my knife is here, it hits the spring and that's all the way down, hits the spring, that's all the way up. That way it controls the throw, so I don't end up riding over onto the main bevel on the side of the blade and scratching up the face of the bevel like crazy, or sliding down off the edge and then, chipping the cutting edge of the blade. That's no fun. The only other thing in this package is 3 stones. And this is how you put the stone in. So this clamp gets adjusted for it, and then this clamp is adjusted for it, and you just pull back, and that way the stone gets held in place, and then this square part holds the stone that way. And now I put the knife in here, and I can sharpen on the knife. Of course, I'm at the greatest angle right now, at a 45-degree angle or something like that. Very easy to adjust the angle. You just loosen this. See, now I've moved it down this rod, and now it's on a different angle. So we're going to do some sharpening with this. I'll do a sharpening demonstration. I'll do a review of it, and we'll let you know how good this system is. I do like the weight of it. That gives me a good sense of how strongly it's built. And every joint that I see is done very well. And I do like this ball slider joint right here. That's a very good design. I like the springs in there that I'm, for at the end of the travel, so it doesn't just bang into place. A lot of very good features about this Hapstone. So you'll be seeing a full review of this thing coming to you probably end of February, beginning of March. I do like to thoroughly test things before I do the review of them, and that gives me about 2-3 weeks to do that. So we'll be back again with this video pretty soon. Until then, remember, always cut towards your chum, that's your buddy pal, and not your thumb. Bye now.